Primary meet Aries, Aries sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Aries starting today, the 30th of November, 2023. I'm super excited to read for you. Let me shuffle one more time just to make sure that these cards are nice and shuffled. I'll give this deck a nice clean cut. And then we'll see what's in the cards for you gorgeous Aries today for this next 2 weeks, starting today, November 30th. Starting out with the 4 of coins, followed by the 3 of swords. Wah. And then we've got the 5 of swords. Ugh, Aries, I can't wait to open this up, but this is not happy. This is not a happy time for Aries. I'm sorry about that. I know that there's loss. I know that there's problems, and a lot of the 3, a lot of that has nothing to do with you. There's nothing you can do about it, right? But what you do want to avoid is cruelty. Not only cruelty toward others, but toward yourself. Now, it's obvious that you don't want to accept cruelty from other people, but sometimes I think you're kind of a bully with yourself, Aries. Somehow you think that you're supposed to be navigating things all perfectly, and what's wrong with me that I can't be more perfect about things? Well, because life sometimes throws you curveballs. That's why. Because life is sometimes not kind to you. And that's just welcome to this world. This world is not a fun, easy, kind place to live. It's not set up to be, right? And so we don't need to get into a big philosophical discussion about that, but you do have to understand that it's not your fault that the world is the way it is. And you can't always fix things. You can't always be the one to make everything right again, right? But you can do what you can do. So instead of being mean to yourself, just focus on you. Focus on getting things in order. Focus on getting your finances going and your physical environment in order. And that's what you can do. That's a lot. That's huge. Rather than being all upset or being all mean to yourself because the world is such a cruel place, welcome to the club. It's a cruel place for all of us. And I don't mean to discount or diminish what you're going through, but it's not an excuse to be mean to yourself, is my point. It's not an excuse to say, why can't I fix this? Because sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't, but you can do what you can do. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, right? So let's be kind and loving. This is a be kind to Aries week or 2 weeks. Going out of our way to be kind to ourselves. That's what this is telling you. This is what did I do? Speaking of being kind to myself. Okay, that's not so bad. This is not the be mean to Aries week, okay? So you need to remind yourself of that. This is be kind to Aries. Extra kind. And one of the things that you can do to be kind is to get your life in order and to not give everybody else everything only. Right? That's I get this sense that you're coming from this point of view that if you can't fix everything for everybody, there's something wrong with you and that it's time to be mean to yourself. And that's not the case. You didn't come to this earth to fix everything for everybody. You didn't. You came to do what you can do, and you're going above and beyond. You're doing very, very well, okay? And now it's time to go above and beyond for yourself. So we've got this 5 of Wands, followed by this beautiful 3 of Cups. There's another 3, so it's nice to have this balancing out thing here. And then you've got the Tower card. Okay, so I think part of you thinks that if things come crashing down around you, especially for other people, that somehow you failed. If you're not able to help people avert the catastrophes in their lives, that somehow you failed. And that's not the case at all. You haven't failed. You've done well. You've done valiantly. But what you do want to do is get out of the way. You don't need to be in their tower when it crumbles. Now, if this is your own tower, that's good. The Tower card is one of the most positive cards in the bunch, especially for an Aries. Especially for an Aries, because it's such a martial card. And so you want to allow that power of martial destruction into your life. That's what we want here. We want to destroy a lot of these conditions which are causing you such grief. We definitely want to destroy these tendencies towards meanness and cruelty, especially toward yourself. And like I said, if this is coming from other people, then we want that, obviously, we want that destroyed as well. But cruelty has no place in our lives. So we want that destruction. So yay, destruction. Yay, bring it on, right? And recognizing that this is crowning your reading, this Three of Cups. This Three of Cups means celebration. This Three of Cups means good job. This Three of Cups means acknowledging yourself and recognizing how good things really are. Not looking down and saying, look at what's not working, or look at what happened to that person, or look how there's this the state of our world, or there's always reasons. There's all kinds of big reasons why you should feel defeated, why nothing is worth anything anymore, and let's just all get drunk or something. There's always going to be those reasons, even no matter what time you're living in, no matter how old you are, no matter what you're doing. There's always going to be a reason to feel defeated in this world. But this Three of Cups is saying that's because you're not looking up. Look up and see what is working. A lot is working. And in fact, a lot of the things that are working are what is bringing on this destruction. So yay. You want this destruction, and you want to recognize that this destruction is an outpouring of all of the good that you have contributed to this world. Because you have a unique contribution to make. Everybody does, but I'm talking about you right now. You have a very unique contribution to make. And the way you contribute to the world lightens up and brightens up the world in a way that nobody else can. And part of what happens as a result of that are the things which aren't good tend to disintegrate in your presence. And so at some point, many of you have come to misunderstand that and to somehow think that you're the source of problems. You're not the source of problems. You're the source of solutions. You're the source of blessings in this world. But sometimes your blessings bring very necessary change, and sometimes very sudden change. But this is the kind of change everybody needs, Aries. This is the kind of change everybody needs. So wake up, look up, stop being in the doldrums. You have to really, you're going to have to discipline yourself, Aries, to not be in a mood. Okay, you have to just say, I'm going to get myself out of this. I'm going to pull myself out of this. This is what this Five of Wands is. It's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get myself out of these doldrums. I'm not going to let myself be distracted by all of the pain and suffering around me, because I don't have the luxury to be depressed right now. I don't have the luxury to be looking at what's not working right now. What I need to be doing is looking up and noticing what is working. And I need to recognize that I was put here for a reason. One of the reasons why you're in these situations is not because you're being punished. It's because who else is the universe going to send but you? Who else but you is going to be the best blessing in these situations? That's why you were put there. Because of you. Because you're Aries. So remember that. You're not helping when it's like, oh, isn't it bad? That's not helpful right now. I'm not saying you can't ever be that way, but right now it's not the good way. Right now the way is to be uplifted. To be uplifted and to almost force yourself to be uplifted, even if you don't feel like it. Get things in order. Put things in order. It's a lot easier for you to feel better about things if there's no messes around you. So make sure that things are in order. Get everything nice and orderly. Even if you don't feel like it, especially if you don't feel like it, force yourself. This is a force yourself to go against what you feel like doing. Time, right? It doesn't always feel good to do the right thing. It feels much better to just sit around and watch, TikTok. It's just so much easier. and just waste a bunch of time. So much easier to do that. Just sort of like be depressed and agree with everybody how sucky everything is. It's so much easier. But the universe is saying, no, Aries, we need you. We need you. You can't do that. You don't have time for that. You can do that later, not right now, not these 2 weeks. These 2 weeks, you have got to really rally and bring yourself up to this concert pitch up here, to really wind yourself up to the enthusiasm that you are so well known for, because it's needed by so many people, including you, right, to be that way right now, because that energy brings with it, like I said, this necessary destruction. That sounds so funny, but it's exactly what's needed. This enthusiasm is going to bring the kind of force field that all of this cruelty, all of these problems, all of this dark yuck is going to explode and dissipate because of your enthusiasm. But if you go into those situations with, yeah, it's so awful, I hate everybody too, yeah, aren't we all, isn't everything bad? Then you've totally missed your opportunity to be helpful, right? So I'm not saying that you always, for the rest of your life, have to rally, but right now, that's what's being asked of you. It's time to rally. You have to be the most positive person in the room right now. And it's not fake positive. I don't want you to be fake positive. I want you to really find the things to be grateful for. I want you to really find the things that are working for you. I want you to really understand how much there is for you to celebrate. And you have to force yourself into it right now. It's going to go against the grain of what you feel like doing, and you've got to do it anyway, because everybody's depending on you, including you. Okay, the universe is depending on you. That's why the universe sent you where you are. You're there for a reason, and that reason is not to go along with the general consensus right now. The reason is for you to be that positive, that force field of spiritual might that you are, because as that warrior energy flows through you, and you're not responsible for being the destroyer, but as that warrior energy flows through you, it on its own will be that wonderfully destructive force to put to rest so much of these problems that are plaguing you and so many people around you. So it's up to you to get it together, orderly, use your anger righteously to rally and to get out of the doldrums, up into that truth about yourself, up into that enthusiasm and that celebration, and let that destroy all of that grossness that's around you. And that's what you were sent to do. Thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate you very much. Thank you to the amazing moderators, Suzanne and Diane. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Aries. Blessed be.